grey-eyed morn smiles on the frowning night, checkering the eastern clouds with streaks of light. Now, ere the sun advances burning eye, the day to cheer and night's dank dew to dry, I must upfill this osier cage of ours with baleful weeds and precious juiced flowers. Oh, mickle is the powerful grace that lies in herbs, plants, stones, and their true qualities. Virtue itself turns vice, being misapplied, and vice sometimes by action dignified. Within the infant rind of this weak flower, poison hath residence and medicine power. For this, being smelt with that part, cheers each part. Being tasted, slays all senses with the heart. Two such opposed kings encamp them still in man as well as herbs, grace and rude will, and where the worser is predominant, full soon the canker death eats up that plant.
Good morrow, Father.
Benedicta! What early tongue so sweet saluteth me? Young son, it argues a distempered head so soon to bid good morrow to thy bed. Care keeps his watch in every old man's eye, and where care lodges, sleep will never lie. But where unbruised youth with unstuffed brain doth couch his limbs, there golden sleep doth reign. Therefore, thy earliness doth me assure thou art aroused by some distemperature. Or if not so, then here I hit it right. Our Romeo hath not been to bed tonight.
That last is true. The sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon sin, wast thou with Rosaline?
With Rosaline, ghostly father, no. I forgot that name and that name's woe.
That's my good son. But where hast thou been then?
I'll tell thee ere thou askest me again. I have been feasting with my enemy, whereon a sudden one hath wounded me, that's by me wounded. Both are remedies within thy health and holy physic lie. I bear no hatred, blessed man, for lo, my intercession likewise steads my foe.
Be plain, good son, and homely in thy drift. Riddling confession finds but riddling shrift.
Then plainly know that my dear heart's love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet. As mine on hers, so hers is set on mine, and all combined, save what thou must combine by holy marriage. When and where and how we met and wooed and made exchange of vows, I'll tell thee when we pass, but this I pray, if thou consent to marry us today.
Holy Saint Francis! What a change is here! Is Rosaline, whom thou didst love so dear, so soon forsaken? Young men's love then lies not truly in their hearts, but in their eyes. Jesu Maria! What a deal of brine hath washed thy sallow cheeks for Rosaline! How much salt water thrown away in waste to season love that of it doth not taste! The sun not yet thy sighs from heaven clears. Thy old groans ring yet in my ancient ears. But lo, here upon thy cheek the stain doth sit of an old tear that is not washed off yet. If e'er thou wast thyself in these woes thine, thou in these woes were all for Rosaline. And art thou changed? Pronounce this sentence then. Women may fall when there's no strength in men.
Thou chidest me oft for loving Rosaline.
For doting, not for loving, pupil mine.
And badest me bury love.
Not in a grave, to lay one in, another out to have.
Then I pray thee chide not. For she who I love now doth graceful grace and love for love allow. The other did not so.
Oh, she knew well thy love did read by rote and could not spell. But come, young waverer, come, go with me. In one respect are thy assisted be, for this alliance may so happy prove to turn your household's rancor to pure love.
Oh, let us hence. I stand on sudden haste.
Wisely and slow! They stumble that run fast.
Where the devil should this Romeo be? Came he not home tonight?
Not to his father's. I spoke with his man.
Ah, that same pale, hard-hearted wench. That Rosaline torments him so that he will sure run mad.
Tybalt, the kinsman of old Capulet, had sent a letter to his father's house.
Oh, a challenge on my life.
Romeo will answer it.
Any man that can write may answer a letter.
Nay, he will answer the letter's master as he dares being dared.
Alas, poor Romeo, he is already dead. Stabbed with the white wench's black eye, the very pin of his heart, cleft with the blind bow boy's butt shaft. And is he a man to encounter Tybalt?
Why, what is Tybalt?
Ooh, more than the Prince of Cats, I can tell you. Oh, he is the courageous captain of compliments. He fights as you sing prick songs, keeps time, distance, and proportion. Rest his men and rest. 1, 2, and a third in your bosom. The very butcher of a silk button. A duelist, a duelist. A gentleman of the very first cause, of the first and second house. The immortal Pasado, the punto reverso, the high.
Here comes Romeo.
Oh, Signor Romeo, bonjour. There's a French salutation to your French slop. You gave us the counterfeit fairly last night.
Good morrow to you both. I pray thee, what counterfeit did I give you?
The slip, sir, the slip. Can you not conceive?
Pardon, good Mercutio. My business was great, and in a case such as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
Oh, well, that's as much to say. Such a case as yours constrains a man to bow in his hands.
Meaning to curtsy.
Oh, thou hast most kindly hit it.
A most courteous exposition.
Nay, I am the very pink of courtesy.
Pink for flower.
Right.
Why then is my pump well flowered?
Oh, well said. Okay, follow me in this jest till thou hast worn out thy pump, that when the single soul of it is worn, the jest may remain after the wearing solely singular.
Oh, single-souled jest, solely singular for the singleness.
Oh, come between us, good Benvolio. My wits faint.
Oh, switch and spurs, or I'll cry a match.
Nay, if thy wits run the wild goose chase, I have done, for thou hast more of the wits in one of thy goose than I have in my whole 5, I am sure. Was I with you for the goose?
Thou wast never with me for anything when thou wast not there for the goose.
I will bite thee in the ear for that jest.
Nay, good goose, bite not.
Thy wit is a very bitter sweeting. It is a most sharp sauce.
When is it not well served unto a sweet goose?
Is this not better now than groaning for love? Now art thou sociable. Now art thou Romeo. Now art thou what thou art. By art as well as by nature.
Stop there, stop there.
Oh, thy desires for you to stop in my tail against the hair?
Thou wouldst else have made thy tail
Oh,
large.
thou art deceived. I would have made it short, for I had come to the whole depth of my tail, and meant indeed to occupy the argument no longer.
Here's goodly gear.
Oh, a sail! A sail!
Two, a shirt and a smock.
Peter! My fan, Peter!
Oh, good, Peter, to hide her face, for the fan's the fair face.
Got good morrow, gentlemen?
Gadi Gadeen, fair gentlewoman.
Is it green?
Oh, 'tis no less, I tell thee, for the baldy hand of the dial is now upon the prick of doom.
Out upon you! What a man are you? One gentlewoman that God hath made for himself. To mar.
By my troth, it is well said for himself to mar, quotha! Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I may find young Romeo?
Oh, I can tell you. But young Romeo will be older when you have found him than he was when you sought him. I am the youngest of that name, for fault of the worse.
You say well.
Yea, is the worst well? Oh, very well took, in faith, wisely.
If you be he, sir, I desire some confidence with you.
She'll indict him to some supper.
Abond to home! I will follow you. Oh, farewell, ancient lady, farewell. Lady.
Very farewell! I pray you, sir, what saucy merchant was this that was so full of his ropery?
One gentleman that loves to hear himself talk, and will speak more in a minute than he will stand to in a month.
And to speak anything against me, I'll take him down, and I'm more lustier than he is. and 20 such jacks. And if I cannot, I'll find those that shall. Scurvy knave! I am none of his flirt gills. I am none of his schemes mates. And thou must stand by too, and suffer every knave to use me at his pleasure.
I saw no man use you a pleasure. If I had, my weapon would quickly have been out. I warrant you, I dare draw as soon as any other man if I see occasion in a good quarrel, and the law on my side.
Now, afore God, I am so vexed that every part about me quivers. Scurvy knave! I pray you, sir, a word. And as I told you, my young lady bade me inquire you out. What she bade me say, I will keep to myself. But first, let me tell ye, if ye should lead her into a fool's paradise, as they say, it were a very gross kind of behavior, as they say, for the gentlewoman is young, and therefore, if you should deal double with her, truly it were a very ill thing to be offered to any gentlewoman, and very weak dealing.
Nurse, commend me unto thy lady and mistress. I protest unto thee.
Oh, good heart, and in faith, I will tell her as much. Lord, she will be a joyful woman.
What wilt thou tell her? Nurse, thou dost not mark me.
Oh, sir, I will tell her that you do protest, which as I take it is a very gentlemanlike offer.
Bid her devise some means to come to Trip this afternoon. And there she shall in Friar Lawrence's cell be shrived and married. Here's for your pains.
No, truly, sir, not a penny.
Go to, I say you shall.
This afternoon, sir. Well, she shall be there.
Commend me to thy lady.
Aye, 1,000 times. Peter!
Yes.
Peter, take my fan, go before in a pace.